Hey, what's up, guys? It's MugenLord here, and today we're going to talk about Stellar Blade's developer Shift Up. The CEO have discussed that what is his method, or why do he make the approach that he make when it comes to character designs. And he says that he follows his instincts, that he loves sexy characters, and he loves to give the fans what they like and what they want, but most importantly, he does it because he like it, and that's what he wants to do. And this guy is just so based, and I just want to give you my thoughts and opinions on it, and about this developer, because this developer, he just comes out and just says what he feels. So before we even dive into this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the notification bell for more gaming content here on this channel. So let's dive into it, battling into comics. It says Shift Up CEO says he was following his instincts with designing sexy characters for Stellar Blade and Goddess of Victory and Decay. It's something that users like and want, but I also do it because I like it. Yes, so when both sides align, when you have something that fans like and want, and it aligns with something that you like to do, it's just a recipe for success, or a recipe for something that's going to be, I guess you would say, rememberable, I would say. So let's move on. So it says, according to Shift Up CEO Hyung-tae Kim, the reason both of his studio's biggest hits, Goddess of Victory, Decay, and Stellar Blade, feature an abundance of sexy female characters is simply put, that's just what he and his audience wants to see on screen. And that's the beauty of it. The beauty of it is when both the developers and the audience itself both have the same type of taste. And that's how it works. So it says Kim, who in addition to his role overseeing the company also served as a lead character artist on both titles, offered his insight into his titillating design philosophy during an interview given to the Japanese news outlet Game Watch at the recent Tokyo Game Show of 2024, as machine translated by Deep L. See, at the onset of their time together, Kim was immediately pressed on the topic of Shift Up penchant for developing games with attractive female cast members, with the outlet inquiring as to whether or not Decay was intended for the outset to be a game that draws the eye to attractive backsides of the characters. For those who are unaware, the popular mobile title tasks players with helping a given female character use various firearms to win against waves of enemies, all from a cover position, which highlights said character's rare assets. And here's the thing, I still have yet to play the Goddess Decay. Like, I'm just so busy, man, with so many other things, especially with my comic book company and stuff like that. I just haven't had time to really sit down and game. And Goddess Decay, I always seen advertisement for it and everything. In the game, people say, look, you come for the ass, but you actually come for, but you stay for the content and the story and the characters itself. So I definitely need to take some time to look into it, and definitely causes a lot of controversy, especially from the other side, who finds this stuff objectifying and very offensive and stuff like that. So not only that it pissed them off, but it also give the fans what they want, and they make a shit ton of money. And Shift Up is known for having beautiful looking, attractive, feminine characters. So as in turn, Shift Up had explained, Decay is based on a game project that was selected in the game planning competition held for in-house staff. However, at the time, the characters were not the main focus of the game. Interesting. I quote, I directed the direction that it would be better to show the shooting figure on the character's back or in the front of the character, and this is how we changed the direction. He followed detailed. After that, the development staff efforts and hard work led to the creation of Decay as we know it today. And yes, this game has been around for quite some time, and I heard nothing but positive things about it, besides the controversy that's always surrounded by it every time a new character is revealed, and it causes, the ringing and screaming from the other side when it comes to that. But these guys have been just dropping bangers at the bangers, especially with this series, this franchise that they have. So on the subject of Decay, Kim was asked then how exactly he approached designing the game's cast, to which he admitted, what I consider most important when designing characters is to make sure that the narrative is firmly linked to the game's story. I quote, all the design elements that make up the character must be combined in a setting that fits the story well, he continued. It's also important that the look of the character is not only cute, but also that the character's personality is expressed well in the right situation. Therefore, I think that visually appealing is a close second. That's interesting. Nonetheless, an attractive appearance is still important, so the creator's skill is tested in the pursuit of these two elements at the same time. Yes, You need, this is why people resonate with characters, especially when it comes to the, Japanese or Chinese or Korean characters in video games, is because these characters are very expressive and they have personalities that a lot of people tend to fall in love with. And then what's the icing on cake is the design of the characters, especially when it comes to the female characters. When you look at these characters, you automatically remember these characters. And opposed to the West, yes, you have some memorable characters, especially in the early 90s to the early 2000s or mid 2000s. A lot of that began to change as we started approaching, the 2020s, where the West started making this approach to where, it's offensive to have attractive looking characters, or offensive to have a female character who has a voluptuous or have a curvy body. So instead, let's just make this character androgynous, where they're almost like genderless. You can't tell if it's a man, you can't tell if it's a woman, you don't know what the hell it is and stuff like that. And that's why the East has been kicking the West's ass when it comes to this. And this is why this censorship is becoming more and more potent, is because if they don't censor the East or whatever like that, then the East will come back and just take over. They will just take over everything. And they can't have that, especially with these people that are set in place in these high positions of power in order to facilitate their visions and how they want to portray, our beloved franchises and our characters and everything. But let's move on. So it says from here, Game Watch noted that in both Nikkei and Stellar Blade, there were a lot of characters whose bodies lines are clearly visible, such as Alice in the former and protagonist Eve in the latter. And as such, raised the question of whether or not this was a design element that Kim was particular about. However, rather than any sort of concerted effort to make sexy characters, the Shift Up CEO instead admitted that when it came to both games featuring attractive casts, I don't think it's something that we consciously set out to do, but I also do it because I like it. So I think it's the result that came out naturally when I follow my instincts. And yes, as a creative like me with Venus Orion Comics, I create things that I like. And the thing is, you also have to understand that these developers, it's all about their vision. And I said before at the beginning of this video is that if his vision and his or her vision and likes coincide with the audience and what they like to see, then it's a win-win situation. And me, as a story writer and the person that comes up with my characters for Venus Orion Comics that I have my artist Jessica draw, I go off of naturally. I don't go into my character designs and say, I wonder what they would think if I make this character dress this way or look like this and look like that. No, I go from my head and what I like and what my taste is. I don't consider what everybody else thinks, because this is my vision. So when I put it out there, you either like the vision that I have or you dislike the vision that I have. But this is my vision. So, and this is what he's saying, like, this is like a subconscious thing. He don't think about it, he just does it because this is natural to him. It's instincts to him. And I can resonate with this, now that I'm a creator myself, and I resonate with that, like, it's just instincts. This is what I like, and this is what I want to put out there, So it says, putting a stamp on this portion of the interview, Kim concluded his reflection with the anecdotal note that incidentally, in the case of Nikkei, that the percentage of female creators is high. Despite this, the fact that such design is important to me means that, if anything, the staff has already been imbued with my DNA. He playfully joked. I am happy and satisfied with it in the shadows. And that's another thing. You need to have your team all in sync when it comes to this, so everybody's on one accord. I think the problem what's going on, especially with studios today, more especially with Western studios, but we've seen it when it comes to what's going over in the East with Square Enix, with the creator of Dragon Quest, and and other studios who has been speaking up, like Hideki Kamiya and many other people, Suda 51. There's a lot of conflict going on within these studios, to where you have one portion that really want to push this whole censorship thing and everything like that, while the other side is like, no, like, we want to go keep it the way things used to be, how it was with gaming. We have great visions, great ideas, and we want to keep our characters looking the way they normally look, nice and attractive, pleasing on the eyes. This what draws people in, and this is not only because it draws people in, but this is things that we like. So the best thing to have is to have a company where you have your employees who are all on the same page with you when it comes to your philosophy, when it comes to your design, or as what Kim say, his DNA. You know, if everybody in the team has the same DNA as you, then you guys won't have any stumps, have any troubles, or won't question or have any arguments as far as questionable designs and stuff like that, because you all think alike in terms of what you like and when it comes to taste. So yes, I definitely like that, and I think it'd be a lot easier if, you know, a lot of developers that's in-house had that same type of mentality as well. So yes, when it comes to character designs, when it comes to the games like Stellar Blade, and you can say what you want about the whole situation with Sony and the censorship, and I already gave you my thoughts and opinions. Like, I really didn't give a fuck about the whole thing with the outfits, because at the end of the day, man, Eve was still a hot, sexy, beautiful, capable female character, and that's all I wanted from them. So for me, that wasn't really an issue for me. And if you guys have an issue with that, that's fine. You know, you could have that fight, had that battle. But in my personal opinion, Kim did his job. He gave me and delivered what I wanted when it came to my female characters, and he delivered on that. And even when it comes to Nikkei, I have yet to play the game, but seeing the advertisements and seeing people talk so highly about it, yo, he's delivering things that people want. And the good thing about it is, as I said before, this is something that he likes. This is his taste. And the good part about it is when your taste aligns with the audience's taste. And that's something I'm trying to that's something that hopefully that's going to happen with me when it comes to Venus Orion Comics, when I do my character reveals, which I definitely appreciate from you guys. You guys definitely love the female characters that have posted so far when it comes to that. And as I said before, these are my visions. I go into this with my vision. I don't really go into thinking about what other people think about it. This is just something natural. This is something that comes as an instinct to me to want to be able to produce, especially when it comes to my characters, and more specifically with the topic of this video, when it comes to sexy or when it comes to physically attractive looking female characters. So I definitely need your thoughts in the comment sections below. What did you think about the CEO of Shift Up? What do you think about his thoughts and opinions about how he approached character design, especially when it comes to attractiveness of characters, more specifically the female characters? And do you think that this is something that's going to eventually come back in the fold in the gaming industry, as you know, we start to head over to a whole new shift, and as I say shift, societal shift in how things run, when the pendulum is now starting to swing back in the other direction? I definitely want to hear your thoughts. Do you think we'll start seeing more and more of this in the near future? So if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe button for more gaming content here on this channel. This is MugenLord signing off. I'll see you Game Fiends later. Peace out.